Numero uno. Does that make sense? Number one, the top of the chart is a calorie deficit. In order to induce fat loss, to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. Now, consider this metaphor to help you understand why. Consider your body as a fuel tank in a car. The calories that you consume is the fuel that you put into the car, while the calories that you burn represents the fuel that you use, that your body uses for energy. Like I said, to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit, which is similar to using more fuel than you refill. Just as your car's fuel tank decreases with the more fuel that you use up without refilling, your body weight decreases when you consistently burn more calories, more fuel than you consume. Creating a calorie deficit is the first thing that we need to address. And you're probably asking, well, how many do I have to reduce in order to induce fat loss? It is really dependent on you and the context of your life, how stressed you are, what you have going on, work, etc., etc. So a base level, a beginning, let's say, number could be around 400 to 500 calorie reduction a day. Now remember, this is contextual to you and your life. It may be less, 200 to 300 to start, to get the ball rolling, to get some consistency. In some cases, it may be more if you're looking to induce more rapid weight loss, more fat loss in certain circumstances. But a key point here is, just like your car, you do not want to run the fuel on empty. Like your body, you don't want to be consuming so little during the day because you want to induce fat loss that it's going to affect homeostasis. That it's going to affect the processes within the body. So don't run your body on the fuel light or the red light, whatever you want to call it. Be smart about it. Start small, and then you can alter, then you can tweak the calories as you go. But the first point is calorie reduction as the starting point. 2 is why. Why do you want to lose weight? It's very easy to say, I want to lose weight because I want to feel fitter. That may motivate you for 1 to 2 weeks. But 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, and beyond, that won't be a deep enough reason for you to get up in the morning and be motivated to go on your fat loss journey. So you want to think about your why. Why do you want to lose this weight? What is the deep motive? What is the deep emotion that you are doing this for? What is that deep reason? And they say to ask about 5 whys. Let's give an example. Why do you want to lose weight? Because I want to feel like myself again. What does feel like yourself again mean? Well, I haven't felt like myself for 2 years. Okay, what happened 2 years ago? I went through a bad breakup. Interesting. How did that make you feel? Made me feel pretty rubbish and unstable. And we could go on and on here. But the motive behind fat loss has turned from I want to feel fitter to I want to feel like myself again because I want stability back in my life. That is a deep pain point which is going to motivate that person, maybe you, to get up in the morning and continue the motivation and inspiration on your fat loss journey. So the second point is to find that deep why. Number 3 is to use different tools. I like to use the metaphor as a builder or of a builder. If you are a builder and you have one tool going into the job, what's the likelihood of you not being able to complete that job or finish the job, maybe not even start the job, if you have one tool and you don't have any others? That builder is going to get frustrated. He's not going to be able to do his job, or she's not going to be able to do her job, and therefore no one wins. In fat loss, you have to look at all the tools available because each tool will provide a different benefit and at different stages of your life. For example, you might have a pretty smooth life at the minute. Everything going well, job going well, family is beautiful, relationships are great, money is great. So why not try OMAD, which is 1 meal a day for 5 days of the week? Remember, this is a key point as well. The more stress and physiological load that you have in your life, the less intense the change to your life should be. So the more stress, the less things you should change. Don't go too intense. If life is calm, smooth sailing, everything feels okay, then the more intense that change could be. So what I'm saying is 1 meal a day can be quite stressful for someone if they've got a lot on their plate. For others, if everything is going okay, they may be able to do that better than another person. That's one example. Another tool you can use is intermittent fasting if it works really well for you. You can intermittent fast, not eat in the morning, have your first meal at noon or 1, and then your evening meal as normal, but you're just skipping that breakfast part. You can do plate swaps. So you're swapping a big plate for a smaller plate. Plate size reduction. Little things like that. What other tools that we could use? Calorie counting. Calorie counting is a good one to start. You can use that for 1 to 2 weeks to get you on the journey. And there's so many others. 5-2, etc., etc. So use many tools because fat loss is a long journey. And you want to be able to tap into your tools like a builder to get the job done. To have many tools that you can call upon to support you on your journey. Remember, if you only have one tool, you'll be limited to what you can accomplish. If you have many tools, then you have more options to get you to your goal. Number 4 is to appreciate there will be weight fluctuations towards your goal. Let's say you have a big goal of 10 kilograms. That will never be linear. You won't just lose a kilogram a week. Boom, I've done 10 kilograms in 10 weeks. Life unfortunately does not work like that. Life happens, stress happens, family gets in the way, work gets in the way, we go on holiday, we enjoy life, we socialize, etc., etc. It's like driving. You're driving down a busy road, or you're driving A to B. You want to get to B. When you leave the house, it's never just a straight road. You have to take corners, you have to stop at red lights, you have to give way to pedestrians. There's many things which get in the way to getting to point B. The same with our fat loss goal. So appreciate that at the start, that it won't be a linear line to your growth. It may be a linear line at the start, then it may dip, then it may go up, then it might plateau, then it might go up again. But if we get in the mindset of appreciating that there will be weight fluctuations, that it won't be a linear line, then we've already put our mindset into that state of, well, I appreciate this is going to be hard. I've set my mindset to think like that. So therefore, there will be no surprises when I'm on my fat loss journey. There will be no surprises like, I thought this was just going to be a kilogram a week. I thought this was going to be easy. Except there will be weight fluctuations and the process becomes much less stressful. 5 is to keep protein high. Specifically 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight. So let's say your body weight is 80 kilograms. You would times 1.5 times 80. Did I say 80 kilograms? Yes. 1.5 times 80, which is going to be roughly 165 to 170 grams of protein a day. So an 80 kilogram male or female would look to be consuming 160 grams of protein a day to promote, to keep them satiated, to help them on their way to fat loss. Because why this is so important is because protein is the highest or has the highest thermic effect of food, and it is the most satiating macronutrient. So if you have a piece of chicken or a salmon fillet, when you ingest that, you will still feel a level of satiation, so a level of fullness 24 hours after ingesting that protein. Consider fat loss, we're reducing our calories, so we're going to be hungry all the time. Ghrelin is going to be up, leptin is going to be up, or leptin. So a good strategy is to keep protein high, which will keep our satiety levels high. This is very good because then we won't be snacking, then we won't be reaching for the biscuit tin, then we won't be looking for things in our day which might be calling our name, and then we get, what's the word where you are light-fingered, picking out everything. But if your satiety levels are high, you're less likely to be in that state or in that mindset. So keep that protein nice and high, and a good number is 1.5 grams per kilogram body weight. Point number 6, we are nearly there, is walking. Walking is free. Walking is one of the best things that we can do for fat loss. Calories aside, walking provides a lot of calorie or energy expenditure. Consider exercise at the very top. It's called EAT. exercise activity thermogenesis. So this is what you burn when you're exercising. And if you were to look at the top of the table, it accounts for about this much. BMR accounts for the most, and then it is your NEAT, so non-energy activity thermogenesis. This is where walking comes into play. NEAT has such a huge energy expenditure. NEAT is me fidgeting right now, moving my hands around, cooking, cleaning, gardening, and walking. And if we know it's one of the biggest energy expenditures that our body can do, does that make sense? Let's say it does. Then we should use that to our advantage. And because walking is so accessible, everyone can do it. Keep walking at the top of the list. Calorie deficit, and like I've said to members and clients, prioritize walking, because it doesn't involve you getting to the gym. It doesn't involve taking too much time out of your day. 30 minutes every single day, I think everyone could do that. So keep walking at the top of your mind. Nearly there. Last one, I think, second to last one, is support. We all need support. Consider a marathon. Anyone who starts the marathon, everyone's cheering for you, everyone's motivated for you. But what happens when you're in the middle? Mile 5 to 25, I call it. No one's there. It's just you. It's hard. It's arduous. It's long. You lose motivation. So mile 5 to 25 is where you want someone in your ear to say, hey, look, keep going. And to give you tough love. Say, look, you haven't been doing great this week. Pick your game up. Because we all need that. It's very easy at the start when people are rooting for you. It's the long game in the middle where not many people are there for you. It's you on your own. But if you just have one person who is there and supporting you all of the way, everything becomes much easier. Remember, we're social creatures, so we buzz off each other. We really help with one another. We support each other's goals. And a little tip on this, try to find someone who is on the same goal. Try to find someone who wants to also lose fat loss. That wasn't good English. Who also wants to lose fat loss. Did I just say the same thing twice? Who cares? Find that same person who wants to achieve what you want to achieve. Because then you're both helping each other. Level of reciprocity. I help you, you help me. So point number 6 or 7 is to find that support. And then our last one is consistency. You just have to be consistent. Like anything, achieving any sort of goal, you have to put the reps in. Be consistent, be consistent, be consistent. It doesn't matter if you have an off day, that is fine. That is what consistency is all about, is appreciating an off day, but back on the horse the next day. Remember, there's going to be weight fluctuations. There's going to be levels of inconsistencies at time, but try to make them just one day inconsistencies. Try not to let it go 2 days and 3 days and 4 days, because then we get the spiral of, what's the point? I've had too many days off, I've let myself go, and then we get into that negative spiral loop. So if you do have an off day, just have one day, appreciate it, don't bum yourself out, don't put yourself down, self-sabotage, appreciate the day, back on the horse the next day. So be consistent. If there's one word to write down on this fat loss journey, is consistency, adherence, stay the course, because you will get there. If you stick to the guns, if you stick to the tools, the practices, the science, thermodynamics, calorie deficit, if you are consistent, you're going to get there. So believe in yourself, be consistent, and I hope all the points I mentioned today really help. This wasn't 5 minutes, but thank you for your time. And as always, if you enjoyed this post, remember to subscribe.